the exercise is, I mentioned earlier, di ba? We have to find the problems and solve them for our clients. So how do we know what their problems are? Sabi natin, wala pa tayong subscribers, wala pa tayong followers. How do we ask them what their problems are? Wala tayong idea, di ba? Kasi ang exercise natin is to identify your target market. I guess may idea na kayo with what, depending on your product. Even if you don't, just your best guess, di ba? O anong feel niyo yung target market niyo. Find out their pain points. This is where we're gonna focus our assignment, finding out their pain points. And how can your solution help them solve this? So we have to find out the pain points first before giving the solution, okay? So this, finding out their pain points, is the focus of our exercise. Now, once we do this, yung writing natin next week, it's gonna be much, much easier. Okay? So how do we do this? Okay, so for example, I'm gonna start off with a niche that I don't know anything about. So I'm going to do some research about the meditation niche. Okay? So, ang idea ko lang with meditation is really yung ganun, di ba? yung deep thought, yung nakapikit, parang malalim yung, very tranquil, very peaceful. Napapapikit niya ako when he's saying this, but yun yung idea ko. But I'm not really sure of who the people, ano yung profile ng mga taong gusto mag-meditate, di ba? Ano yung purpose nila, why they want to meditate? Kasi doing that, doon mo malaman ano yung problem nila. Do you guys, sabihin ko, like ngayon, we haven't done any research yet. What do you think is the reason why people do meditation? Ano yung hunch ninyo? Ano yung problem nila? Could you point them out sa chat box? Just top of your head. Stressful day, stress. Right. Relaxation. Which is, of course, dahil stressful. Tama. Okay. Right, di ba? Yun yung unang thought natin. So let's see. Let's do the research. Okay, so I'll show you specifically how to do this. And I've already uploaded a file that you'll use for this. I'll show this to you, okay? So this is the file that we're gonna use. I've already uploaded this sa Facebook group. Okay. Actually, it's the one I already, may ginamit ko na siya, no? But it's gonna be much cleaner, the template one. So this is basically, actually, this is based naman sa Amazon books. Okay. So if your audience is not, chances, not really international based, or there's not much books in your topic, there's always forums, which what I will show you, yung forums. Basically, what we want, ang importante dito, no, is the 3 categories, okay? Language swipes. So, one of the quote unquote secret weapon of copywriting is using the language of your audience to mirror it back to them. For example, ito medyo mababa na example, but the use of supermarket or grocery, right? Minsan depende sa nationality yun di ba? Or local culture. So if lagi silang grocery ginagamit, then your email to them uses supermarket. Hindi siya blatant, but subconsciously may disconnect di ba? May disconnect. And someone else who uses the words that they use, they will feel unconsciously din na mas connected sila sa taong yun. Parang, this is someone that's just like me. Diba? You want to be the one that's just like them. Diba? That will make you Mr. Ayala that much faster. Okay? So next is the pain points. I'm sorry. This is the prospect wants, desires, and needs. So yung nabanggit ni Beth, her answer was relaxation. Diba? So dito papasok yun. Dito yung gusto ng mga tao. And earlier, yung stress, that's the prospect challenges, emotional pain, and dislikes. So when we write copy, when I say copy, no, it's not copyright na, COPYRIGHT. I'm talking about COPYWRITING, copywriting. It's basically what the words that you use to sell, to persuade, to get a response. It's just a technical term for Basically, just writing. No? Parang ganon. So, when we think of stories, ganon, napapaisip tayo about, ano ba yung story susulat ko? Parang it has to come out of your mind. But in reality, copywriting is really more assembling rather than creating. So when you want to write a story, you want it to be relatable, diba? Something that they would experience themselves. So instead of creating a story out of thin air, we need to have puzzle pieces, diba? Hindi siya magic na boom, nandiyan na. It's really piecing together a puzzle, diba? And the research that we're gonna do, like the language dito, prospect ones, yung mga feedback na makuha natin, they are the puzzle pieces. So the more puzzle pieces you have, the easier your copywriting will be. Okay? So, let's go to a very clear example. So I went through this a few days ago. Sorry. I'll show you a forum. I'll show you a forum post where I did the research. Okay? So here. It's full screen ko so you could read them. Okay, so I'll read them to you, okay? Here we go. So Craig, hi Craig, thanks for for sharing, my friend. So he was referring to the earlier post. So I started practicing shamatha, calm abiding, approximately 1 year ago. Thanks for finding this forum, blah, blah, blah. So medyo intro lang yan. But here's the experience. Only 2 years ago, I felt like there is no life left in me. Na feel notice, very powerful yung words na yon. There's no life left in me. I actually copy-pasted this and put it in the first column, yung mga swipes. Kasi, do you think, what if ito yung ginawa kong subject line, diba? I felt like there's no life left in me. Then someone who's in that same situation read that, automatically o-open yun. Kasi makaka-relate siya eh. Ano ba nangyari sa kanya? Baka naka-recover siya. I want to know how he did it. Diba? Instead of thinking of a title out of nowhere na hindi ka sure kung makaka-relate or not, then these are the gold gems with research. So yan. So I copy-pasted this. I hope you're understanding the value of this research because it's gonna make your life that much easier. So after seeing a shrink for a while, I realized that I'm not dealing well with my best friend's death. Okay, so a couple things. First is the use of the word shrink. So what do you think shrink is in this situation? Could you type in the chat box? But I know if you understand this term as well. Or if you don't know, just type not sure. Very weak. Okay. Anyone else? Okay, in this situation, shrink here means yung psychiatrist, right? So parang jargon nila ginagamit to. After seeing a shrink for a while, I realized that I'm not dealing well with my very best friend's death. So instead of using the word psychologist, we could use their term. This is shrink, diba? So when we write an email discussing about the ineffectiveness of going to a shrink, we could use the term that they use instead of a psychiatrist, which they might have a disconnect with that word. Okay? So the second thing that we learned here is that I'm not dealing well with with my best friend's death. So with regard to meditation, when we thought about earlier about stressful day, medyo related yan sa work eh. Di ba? It's our daily lives. But there's another aspect of meditation that we discovered, which is coping with a personal loss. Di ba? It's not just work pala. It's also stress, but iba yung source. Di ba? We approach it differently compared to work stress. This is much deeper. I didn't even cry when he died. I was so shocked that I simply ignored the fact and continued like nothing happened. See, this sentence, I believe, nararamdaman ko nga that it's something that you could test in your email. That kasi there's a certain sense of parang denial at this stage, di ba? And denial it's present everywhere. It's universal. So it's a term that you could use. So you could put this in the swipes. From that day on, I kept sinking more and more. So I became very aggressive, restless, and couldn't find peace. So this, pwede natin lagay ito sa pain point, di ba? We could, in our email copy, we could say, do you notice that you're feeling very aggressive, restless, and pwede natin sabihin, couldn't find peace, word per word, or the closer you are to the actual words they use, the better. But kung hindi siya fit, you could twist, you could adjust it naman, right? But at least nakita mo yung symptoms nila, aggressiveness and restlessness. But that's something that we didn't know earlier. Kala natin stressful, more of irritation siguro, di ba? Or something that gusto nilang pahinga lang. But dito, may nagmamanifest siya in different ways that we didn't know. So, at one stage, I felt so desperate that I started Googling for love, faith, belief, hope, and calm. Wow, these words. You see, if you're doing Google keywords, you can see, sinabi niya mismo, ito yung ginugol niya. Diba? So, these are very important words that you could use in your copy. Diba? Are you losing hope? Diba? Are you seeking calm? It's something that you could use. Are you seeing the assembly na ginagawa natin? Hindi lang tayo nanguhula kung ano yung problema nila. We're actually looking at people's actual experiences. So I probably won't go through all this, but you get the point. No? So what I want you to do, no? I have the Excel file at the Digital Edge Facebook group. Download that, and with your niche, let's say if you're sa Karigmo Books ka, Odessa, you could look at the reviews sa Kerigma Books. Look at the 5-star reviews, the negative reviews, and see what people like, what they didn't like, how they applied it in their life. So when you want to sell them later on, you could put light sa mga positive reviews on why people like it. And sa negative reviews, what you can do is, idea lang to, if they find that mahirap i-visualize yung point nila sa book, you could create a bonus. Maybe hire someone to create an infographic, alam mo yun, that would supplement the book. That would help make selling the book much easier. Diba? So, understanding your audience is very important. It removes a lot of the guesswork. So, that's what I want you to do sa Excel file. Fill them out. Go to a forum. If you don't know how to find a forum for your topic, for example, sa accounting services kanina, go to accounting services sa Google, accounting services, then +sign forum, or your topic +sign forum. Just research there. That's a good place to start. And there, you could find great gold inside. On top of the forums, of course, Amazon, look at the positive, the 5-star reviews. On top of the 5-star reviews, look at, meron dun yung mga people found this most helpful. How many people find this helpful? So, bino-vote nila, di ba? So, the more votes that review gets, give a lot of attention to that. Either positive or negative. Right? So, ipunin nyo lang to. Just accumulate the puzzle pieces. So, next session natin, on Module 2, we'll start putting them together. It's gonna be much easier.